Small space sowing is something that comes up quite often, and there's different things that you can do to accommodate you and the space that you have available. You get trays this size, you put compost in them, you put your seeds in, but if you don't want to use all this space just for one thing, then you can buy these really cheap plastic tubs. You get about 10 for £1, and they fit perfectly in there. And you can get 4 in this one tray, which means now you can just put a little bit of compost in each individual container and sow 4 different types of seed and then pop labels in them, and that can just be popped on your windowsill. It's also a good way if you have seeds that are quite old, you're not 100% sure if they're viable. You can just use one of these little pots, sprinkle a few in, safe to germinate before you commit to putting them in a bigger area. So you just take one of them pots, pop a bit of compost in it, then fill all the rest up. As you fill each container, just give it a light tap down, just to make yourself an even bed on each one. Obviously these plastic containers that you get from the shop, they don't come with holes in the bottom, but it don't take 2 minutes just to drill a couple yourself. When you've got all your containers in your tray, you can just give them a water. Then all you have to do now is decide what seeds you want to plant in each one. Another good thing about doing it this way as well is, because they're all sat in this tray, you can just take one out if they dry out, and you can pop a bit of water in, and then you can bottom water. Because once your seedlings do emerge, if they're really small plants, bottom watering is the best way to do it. So this is not going to blast your little seedlings flat to soil, because 9 out of 10 times they won't get back up once you've done that. So you can just pop a bit of water in, wait until you see that some moisture has gone into your tubs. Also knowing that the tubs are transparent, so if there's any water in the bottom that the roots can get to, you'll be able to see it, which then gives you an indication of whether it does want watering or it's fine for the moment. And then when they've had the watering, you tip out the excess, pop them back in and leave them be. And as I said, you've got 4 different varieties of things all going off in such a small area. So for example, what I'm going to do in one of them is some spinach, and this is Medinia spinach, and I'm just going to randomly sprinkle the seeds over the top, because once these have germinated, I can prick them out as individual plants and then pot them on into a bigger container. So just randomly scatter them down like that. Simple as that. Then just take a label, write down what it is. And then just pop it in. And that's one of yours done. I'm going to follow that on with a bit of cauliflower. And this variety is called All Year Round. So we'll get a good amount of seeds on top of here and see how many germinate. And as I said at the beginning of the season, this proves as a really good tester for the seeds that you might have left over from last year. You don't want to be waiting and then filling a big tray so you can get all your plants growing at the same time to find out that your seeds weren't viable. So you've got to go buy some more seeds and then start all over again. So try this and test a few. We've got quite enough cauliflowers in there as well, so that's another one done. On the third one, I'm going to try a bit of basil, because I'm a bit dubious about this pack. I did plant a few a while ago and so far nothing's happened, so I'm going to use this as a tester, and I can take this in house and keep it warm, so that I know 100% that it is the seeds. Because they're watered, they're in the soil, and they're in their house, and they're warm. So all that then leaves is the fact that these seeds have gone out of date. So at least I can chuck them away. When I'm starting to do all my main sowings, I know I'll have some decent seeds because I've bought new ones. And the last one I'm going to put in is Tom Thumb, which is a variety of lettuce. So again, just broadcast it. Get a few seeds on there, see if they germinate. Proving your viability of your seeds for this season before you do all your main sowings. While I can remember, I better label the rest of these. So we've got all those labels in there now, 4 varieties. Now we're just going to give them a light covering with colander. Just to lightly bury these seeds. So there we go, they've all been lightly covered. They're all labelled. So now we can just give these a little water. Just a light sprinkle over the top to settle the seeds in. And that's basically all we need to do. So we've got a small tray with individual containers in, 4 different varieties in a little space like that. You can just pop a propagator lid on top of this tray, and then you can go and put this in the house, in an airing cupboard, somewhere where it's warm, and wait to see which of your seeds germinate. Hopefully all of them, but any that don't, you will know that that seed packet is no longer viable, so you can throw it away, get yourself some fresh seeds. So anybody that's struggling for space, sowing various varieties at one go, this might be a solution for you. Smaller containers, inside a standard size tray, 4 different varieties, all sowed in one place at one time. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate the views. If you want to see some more as we go through the growing season, just hit that subscribe button and the notifications bell. I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much and take care.